Section 7.5, Day 1, Exponential Equations. Essential question, please write this down. How do I solve exponential equations? Who uses this? Exponential scales are used to measure light in photography. An exponential equation is an equation containing one or more expressions that have a variable as an exponent. When we talk about an equation versus an expression, an equation has an equal sign. Again, we talked back when we introduced exponential functions that to be an exponential function, it must have a variable as an exponent. So here are the steps. To solve an exponential equation, number one, you're going to take the log of both sides. Then you're going to solve for x. So here we go. We're going to start by taking the log of the left side and the log of the right side. If I just log both sides, I'm assuming my base is 10. So now, because we logged each side in algebra, whatever you do to one side, as long as you do to the other side, you're okay. So now on the left side, we have a log. We're logging something, so we can use what we know that's called the power property, or I call it baseball. We take the 2x and we throw it in front. That's the purpose of logging it, because we're solving for the x and it's up in the exponent spot and we need it to be thrown in front. Well, we want to get x by itself. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by log 3. And now I'm going to grab out my calculator and figure out what is log 27 divided by log 3. So we go to the LOG button, 27, close the parenthesis, divided by log 3, close the parenthesis. It is 3. Divide both sides by 2, and we get x is equal to 3/2. We just solved an exponential equation. Example 2. So let's look at example 1 a minute. Example 1, we had an exponential equation, or not an exponential equation, an exponential function or expression on the left side and just a constant on the right side. Now we have an exponential expression on each side. That's okay, because we're still going to follow the steps and we're going to log both sides. The steps that I have listed on this prior page, take the log of both sides or take the logarithm of both sides and solve for x. That's what you're going to do on every exponential equation. I'm going to fix this just a little bit because it looks like the LOG is flying away here. Let's just go. There we go. All right. On each side, we can play baseball or use the power property. And I'm going to bring the 8 minus x. I'm going to put that in parentheses just because it's a binomial. And I'm going to have to distribute it eventually here. And now here's our deal. We have an x on the left. We have an x on the right. We have to get the x's all to the left side. So let's start getting rid of stuff on the left side and bring it to the right side, just like we did on the last example. Let's type in our calculator, log 27 divided by log 9. That's 1.5. And now what I would do is we have to distribute the 1.5. So we get 1.5x. And then if we take 1.5 times 3, we're going to get 4.5. Okay, plug it into your calculator. All right, now let's do this. Let's bring the 1.5 over to the left side, so that cancels. So now we have 8, and negative 1 minus 1.5 is negative 2.5x minus 8 minus 8. And what I might have to do here, we're going to kind of move it over here because I'm running out of room. So I get negative 2.5x equals negative 4.5 minus 8 is a negative 12.5 divided by negative 2.5 divided by negative 2.5. X is equal to 5 when we take negative 12.5 divided by negative 2.5. The joy of a video, you can stop it, you can rewind it, take your time writing this down. This takes a while to catch on to this, but once we do practice, it will help a lot. Example 3, I'm going to save for class. And let's do example 4. All right, we have an exponential expression on the left and a constant on the right. It's still an exponential equation, so we're going to log both sides to solve for x. And I'm referring to these steps to solve an exponential equation. I think what I'm going to do actually, so that sticks out. Take the log of both sides and solve for x. Here we go. I'm going to use the power property of baseball, throw the x minus 1 in front. When it's a binomial, put it in parentheses. Divide both sides by the log 4. And grab out our calculator, and I take log 5 divided by log 4. When you get an answer like this where there's a lot of decimals, I will always round to the nearest hundredth, 1.16. And I'll write a note. We round to nearest. All right, well, I don't need the parentheses anymore because I didn't have to distribute it to anything. Add 1 to both sides. Let's go with that. 2.16 equals x. There we go. I'm saving example 5 for class. Video question number 1. Please do this in your notes. Solve 5 to the 2x equals 20 and solve 25 to the x equals 125 to the x minus 2. Number 2 is going to be a little more tricky. When I say do these in your notes, these aren't listed in your notes, but there's space. There should be space in your notes to do these video questions.